Yo, this Beama, I'm at the Rapshack. It's the best interviewers right now in Northern California, possibly the world. If y'all want that juice, tune in.
So, who is Beama, for those that don't know?
Well, Beama is a young cat. Grew up in Southside Chicago, moved to Sacramento about the age of 14. Came out here tearing shit up in the schools, and one of my mans, Rion Spears, introduced me to the studio over there on 88th and Fruit Ridge. So I just been going back and forth in niggas' labs, tearing shit up, and everybody in the city know how I do it. You know what I mean? That's who Beama is. Being in Sacramento, coming from Chicago, I had to really get used to the environment. I had to get really used to the movement. You know, I'm a music cat, and I grew up in the south side of Chicago, so I'm familiar with the streets. So the politics and the culture out here, it took me a while to get used to, but after a while I started to understand where everybody was coming from and how the hyphy movement could really relate to the music I grew up listening to, from the soul samples with Kanye West to that street shit with Bum J. You know, it really wasn't difficult at all to really understand the culture because I'm a music cat. That's what made it easy. I see a lot of cats that come out here from, you know, where I'm from, or like from other places that it really take them a while to really, you know, be able to fit in the habitat in Sacramento or with the people to get along with everybody because they really wouldn't know how to really accept the culture because it's so different. And you really digging into hip hop itself, the music itself will help you dig into a culture. And because I'm a music cat, it made it easy for me to get along with people and shit.
You have a new single coming too real?
Yeah.
Is that and your new album is Marvin's album, right? But it's not out yet.
Yeah. Marvin is not out yet right now. We going through. I'm trying to figure out what
You got a release date?
Nah. I'm actually. It's a collective of 13 tracks. I got prepared. I've been talking to a couple of companies, a few people for distribution the right way, so I could be angled, you know, how I should be angled, because my production is up there with everybody who already in the game. Coming to real, which is let motherfuckers know this is what you finna get. I had dropped cocaine probably like a month before that, and a lot of people was asking me like, yo, people was really telling me like I don't feel like cocaine really can explain who you are. It's a good song. The lyrics are great. It's detailed and it's written like a poet. But who are you? Who are you to talk about cocaine?
Is Coming Too Real more personal than to?
It's more personal to the audience I'm trying to relate to, which is the only audience I can relate to, coming from the streets, coming from the gutter, you know.
Right. You talk about the shooting at your studio. You want to speak on that now, how it affected you and how you move and everything?
I ain't like that shit really, you know. It was just, I was shooting a video, you know, in the neighborhood I wasn't from. You know, I'm not from nowhere out here, so that type of shit is expected. It's just unfortunate because everybody look at me now like, when you deal with me, that's what's gonna happen. But I didn't know them niggas who pulled up on me. You know what I'm saying? It was all respect coming from me, but I guess that I gave too much respect. Motherfuckers felt like they could come and do, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still here. The whole crew still here. You don't hear nothing bad about my part from that shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
Right. So recently there was some allegations from a female. Did you want to speak on that?
Bitch was lying. Nah. It's just what it is motherfucker being their emotions. You know what I mean? You look at me, I'm decent, and I come from a whole different environment. So you might say I move faster, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But when somebody really can't, you know, touch you the way they want to touch you, because you move faster, or your roots are different, they really want to try to hit you where it hurt. And if I say like this, I'm on felony probation. That's public facts. If anybody said I did anything violent to them, I would be in jail right now. If anybody was telling the truth about me hurting them, I would be facing a lot of time right now. Period. You know, motherfuckers be lying on me. It's not so much I can speak on it because, you know, I mean,
is it closed? Is it concluded?
Yeah, DA dismissed that shit. The first at arraignment, and I came home the next day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like type of shit, like.
Who were your influences growing up musically?
I grew up listening to Jay-Z, Eminem, DMX, some Biggie. My later years when I was able to really comprehend.
I could hear that in your music. Yeah,
you know, T.I. You know, really, I listen to a lot of my influences. Anybody who I see get that check, they did something that needs to be done, and I award anybody who put themselves out there and made something out of it. It's something I could learn from. Period.
What about inspirations in the studio?
Really, the inspiration really came from watching my uncle. You know, back at home, back in Chicago, my Uncle Jamie, he was the first cat that actually heard me at 9 years old and was like, yo, we gotta put this nigga in this booth. And there was like a bunch of OGs who wore the Kangos and they had the common look, you know what I mean? So I grew up under that conscious vibe. You know, you could really relate me from how Future grew up behind the Dungeon family. You know what I mean? The people who I was surrounded around in Chicago that really put me in the booth. It's a soul thing and it's a spiritual thing with me too. Yeah.
So what are some do's and don'ts for the studio that you would say?
Shit. Turn all the lights off. Don't talk on the phone. Turn your phone off. Don't come in here with no loud mouths. Don't do no drugs around me. You gotta, if you in here, you not, you know, progressively putting something towards what's going on. Bring some weed in a bottle. You know what I'm saying? That's it. For real.
Any celebrity crushes?
Shit.
They Throw it out there.
They're married now, so I can't say nothing. Keep it 100.
What about a favorite cartoon character?
Bugs Bunny, that's my guy.
Okay.
You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
I can see that.
Off the bat, that's my guy.
That's funny. What about the Dave East show? How was that? Did anything come out of that?
I necessarily didn't make it to the Dave East show. What happened was one of the bottle ladies from El Rey's invited me there like a week ago, and I got a booth. And when Dave East came, I was the only nigga with a booth, and he was like right across from me. So like, I was just seeing the opportunity to take a picture with fam. He a cool cat. I was the last picture he took, so he was trying to rush up out of there.
Okay.
So I was like, yo, like take a picture. He took me, and I went with this guy. I said, I'm coming.
That's what's up.
Shit.
Is that somebody you would want to work with?
Yeah, I would love to work with Dave East, man. Real talented cat, man. Real influential what he doing out there in New York. Real talk, like
yeah,
he
really
really got them bars.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Shit, fat. If I keep eating, I'm just playing out. Really, I see myself being considered as one of the greats. Honestly, if everything work out how I'm praying, you know, if you ask me what I want, what I dream, that's what it would be. Me being considered as one of the greats, somebody who came out from a pure organic plant. Yeah, this is Beama. If y'all want some more from me, y'all can go follow me on Instagram or Facebook. It's Beamas_world. That's BEAMAS_WRLD. If you want to follow me on any sort of, if you want to listen to music on any sort of music network, any outlet, any digital outlet, just type in Beama. The light-skinned nigga with the smile, that's me. Holla at me. Subscribe to the YouTube page as well, Beama's World. Beama in the beam. Let's wrap it up. Rapshack.